The UDA Secretary General, Honorable Cleopas Malala, is a man who has navigated a lot of political storm ever since he was appointed in that very prestigious office by William Samoei Ruto. Because of his abrasive kind of politics and leadership, he has earned himself enemies within the party. Because Cleopas Malala has been issuing a lot of warning to party members. If he's not warning the smaller parties within the Kenya Kwanza to fold and join UDA under the leadership of William Samoei Ruto, he's busy warning errant members of the party whom he feels have gone against the party wishes.
We have certain groups within the UDA party that are fueling the disunity in the UDA party. And I want to call upon the communications teams within the office of the president and the office of the deputy president. Kindly stop fueling disunity in the UDA party. We want to call upon both communication teams to work in unity and stop antagonizing each other. I have been deeply concerned by reports of indiscipline among some of our elected members within our party. It has come to my attention that certain individuals have shown blatant disrespect to the party leadership, including the presidency. This behavior is unacceptable and will not be tolerated within the UDA party. We want to now bring order in the UDA party. I am specifically addressing the actions of the following members of the UDA party. 1, Githunguri Member of Parliament, Honorable Gathoni wa Mushomba. 2, Nyeri Governor, Honorable Mutai Kahiga. 3, Kapsaret Member of Parliament, Honorable Oscar Sudi, and a host of MCAs who will be calling them for disciplinary measures at the party. Your recent conduct has not only undermined the party's unity, but also disrespected the leadership that you pledged to serve. Let this be a stern warning. Desist from such actions immediately. And we are saying that should this behavior continue, the party will take disciplinary action against the above mentioned members. Additionally, it has also come to my attention that some cabinet secretaries have been involved, or rather they are involving themselves in political activities. Contrary to the law, which requires them to remain apolitical, Honorable Moses Kuria, the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, Gender and Affirmative Action, your primary responsibility is to serve the people within your docket. Should you wish to engage in politics, you are welcomed to resign and join the political arena. Similarly, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, Cabinet Secretary for Roads and Transport, your focus should be on addressing the pressing issues in your ministry, particularly the repair of roads damaged by the recent floods. Serve the people or step down from your position and return to politics. So we want to ask the cabinet secretaries who involved themselves in political activities over the weekend that the UDA party will not tolerate such character in our administration. Our president is keen to implement his manifesto. We are lagging behind because of civil servants and public officers who have derailed the vision of our administration and engaged in politics. The importance of party discipline and respect for party hierarchy is mandatory. Any form of indiscipline will not be tolerated within the ranks of UDA party. We must uphold values and principles that guide our party to ensure we deliver on our promises. Lastly, we have certain groups within the UDA party.
The warnings and the threats that he has been issuing have not gone well with the members of the party. And I think this, for the second time running, someone has petitioned the party to expel Cleopas Malala as the Secretary General of the UDA. This person says that he's a founder member of the UDA party and is called Joseph Kalende. And Joseph has given 7 reasons why he wants Malala to be ousted as the Secretary General. And one of the things that he's saying is blaming Malala for interfering with the grassroots elections. He's saying that Malala has created division and groupings within the UDA party. He goes further to say that Malala has embezzled UDA funds. He also says that Malala has blatantly violated the UDA constitution, and he questions Malala's character and his education background. And with that, he says that Malala is not fit to hold the UDA office. Now, let us remember that Cleopas Malala is the person who was responsible. William Ruto actually charged him with the responsibility of bringing Musalia Mudavadi to Kenya Kwanza. And he delivered that mission. And William Ruto wanted to reward him with a gubernatorial position in Kakamega, but he was defeated by an Azimio candidate. Then William Ruto trusted this young man, very vocal and controversial, and appointed him the UDA Secretary General. Immediately he was appointed, ladies and gentlemen, the members of the UDA did not welcome him because they felt that this was an outsider. Especially the Rigathi camp did not like it, that he was picked from somewhere and elevated into that very prestigious position. They were trying to compare him to Raphael Tuju in the former party, the Jubilee. And they did not hide their frustrations. They didn't like it. Malala, because of his way of playing politics, rubbed shoulders the wrong way, even with people like Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula, when he told them to their face that their parties are very small parties that should fall to join one party called the UDA. And with this, Cleopas Malala and several enemies. We also witnessed sibling rivalry between him and Boniface Halwale, because prior to 2022 elections, Halwale wanted to become the Kakamega governor. But because of the love that William Ruto had for Malala, he presided over Boniface Halwale, and Boni went for the senatorial seat and left Malala. To date, Boni Halwale still feels that Malala is a very young man. He should have been left to retain the senatorial seat, and Halwale be given the gubernatorial seat. Even today, they are not reading from the same page. And this is not the first time that someone has petitioned that Malala be expunged or expelled as the UDA chairman. Late last year, Boniface Halwale himself petitioned the party to remove Cleopas Malala. But then, why do you think that there is such a push, such a rush to ensure that Malala is removed? And that is what I want us to look at, because we have said there that Malala is a very good friend of William Samoei Ruto. It is William Ruto who appointed him to that seat. And just like we have mentioned that he had rubbed shoulders the wrong way by being a bully, even to the people who are senior to him, telling them to follow the parties and issuing warnings to party members. The main reason why Cleopas Malala is finding it very difficult to lead is because the people who are allied to Rigathi Gachagua do not like him. Remember, UDA has got two camps. We have that camp of Rigathi Gachagua and the camp of William Samoei Ruto, and they are pulling in opposite directions. And I remember at some point, the Rigathi Gachagua camp made it crystal clear that as they approach the UDA grassroots elections, the position of the Secretary General was their seat, and it was supposed to be preserved to the mountain. And with that, you know that they don't like him. Like I said, he's being viewed as an outsider. Now, the grassroots elections is at the center of the wars and controversy between Cleopas Malala and this other camp. Especially in Nairobi, there is a big battle for the Nairobi leadership. We have Johnson Sakaja, who is sponsored by William Samoei Ruto, if so to speak. He represents William Ruto camp. And there is this battle to control Nairobi because of the resources. Rigathi Gachagua has tried as much as he can to ensure that he takes Nairobi, and they are also looking at 2027. And in his camp is the Embakasi North Member of Parliament, Gakuya. Gakuya has rallied support, and some people are telling me that in a free and fair election, Gakuya will defeat Johnson Sakaja very early in the morning. Remember, these elections were done I think last week, and they were nullified. And they were scheduled to take place, I think today, as we do this video, on Friday, or is it next week? But they have also been again postponed indefinitely. And Gakuya has complained that there is a kind of mischief. There is a plan to ensure that they disenfranchise him, because in the first election, even the members who are no more, those who have been dead, were found out to have taken part in elections, and that is why it was shambolic and it was nullified. So Gakuya has said that he will not sit down to negotiate because he feels that the Ruto camp, having noticed that he's popular and delegates will automatically elect him in a free and fair election, want to have a kind of arrangement to sit down so that they give Sakaja the leadership in Nairobi, and then maybe Gakuya be given something. And he has said that he's not going to entertain that. I remember he had even threatened that in the event that he will be defeated unfairly, he will lead a mass exodus, mass demonstration from the UDA. So it has got everything to do with the election, because the Rigathi camp and Ruto camp are fighting for the heartbeat of Nairobi because of the resources. You understand that one of the things that has really vexed Rigathi Gachagua is that instead of the Mount Kenya controlling Nairobi as they would wish to do, contracts are being given to Oscar Sudi. Like we are being informed that Oscar Sudi is the one who is responsible for the garbage collection in Nairobi. And you know how rich that place is. You know how rich when you are given contracts to manage garbage collection in a city like Nairobi, you know that you are a billionaire. And this does not go down well with the Rigathi Gachagua camp. You see, Rigathi, and I think with a lot of due respect, there's a way Mount Kenya have got this entitlement that Nairobi is theirs, and they want to control everything that is going on. But they have met another crafty politician in the name of William Samoei Ruto. Oscar Sudi is his man. And that is why Rigathi Gachagua understands that there's a lot happening behind the scenes against his chagrin. But do you think UDA will expel Malala? Do you think they will succeed in expelling him as the Secretary General? It will not, if you ask me, because Malala is Ruto's henchman. He's there to ensure that in these UDA elections, Ruto's men will carry the day. And that is why he was placed very strategically in that seat, or on that seat, to ensure that he champions the interest of William Samoei Ruto. People have always reminded Rigathi Gachagua that you are busy fighting William Samoei Ruto, but UDA belongs to William Ruto. It is someone's party. Just like Raila has got the ODM, Ruto has got UDA, Uhuru Kenyatta had the Jubilee, Kalonzo Musyoka has got Wiper Party. When you want to become a serious political contender, you need to have a party in your name. And of course, I understand that Rigathi has acquired one. So instead of fighting it out within the UDA, he should marshal support. That is why he wants this unity in Mount Kenya, so that he walks out the way Ruto walked out from the Jubilee Party. So if you ask me, he will not be expelled, because this is not the first time they're attempting to ousted him. But there's a lot of firestorm within the UDA, and it is being caused by the wrangles between the leadership, the party leader and his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua. We wait and see how things will unfold, because it seems the elections are not going to take place. And we've always said that it is not very easy to manage parties. If you want to know what breaks parties, it is these elections. That is why it is only ODM that has conducted some grassroots elections. And William Ruto thought it was a walk in the park. It is not very easy. The moment people are going for grassroots elections, they are always divided right in the middle, and it can break. Apart from just division, it can break a party in the middle. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua is under siege. The appointing authority is William Samoei Ruto, who is the party leader, who is the alpha and omega. Whatever he says there is final. Malala can only be ousted if William Ruto wishes to do so. And that's my take.